So time is ticking. We are heading, we're in the Light Monarch, which happens at midnight.
Well, I think what we should do is give Bracy the magic guffins I've got to help him thieve better. So I've got a few bits that might help him. I've a pixie dust, which will make you smaller and let you fly, and also it makes you fly. I don't know if that's any good to you.
I think I've got pixie dust as well.
The thing is, you not be able to lift the thing up.
Yeah, it just makes you fly. It doesn't make you smaller, sorry.
I've got a potion of advantage, which might be good.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've got Scatterleaf Tea, which gives you a protection thing, but I don't think that'll be much good. I had something else as well. I've got a cupcake, which acts as a potion of invincibility. So how about I put that in the party thing and you take that out?
I'll do the same with me, my potion.
Okie doke.
They go to that's in the party sheet, the cupcake of invisibility.
All right, so you swap about thing. Kettle Steam the Kenku is looking rather bad. Oh, you got quite a hiding off you there. I don't suppose you might be able to heal me up somewhat.
I've stuck that potion in there, Bracy.
Sorry, mate, I ain't got no healing. Have you tried rubbing some mud on it and walking it off?
So, what would you like me to do?
Well, you would probably distract them quite a bit, wouldn't you? They'd be distracted by you. You're a bit of a mischief maker. You could make some mischief to distract them.
I can do that, I can. Is there any particular kind of distraction you want me to give you?
How about a particular mischievous one?
But they're already going to be distraction, the glitter cannon.
True.
It's true.
Maybe you could provide a distraction if things don't go right.
Yeah, you could provide one of those escape plans if all things go a bit wrong.
I could actually set fire to the tent with firebolt.
Probably a bit more distracting. I mean, there's people in there that might get all dead and crispy. Tastes nice in a roll, though. But anyway.
Take that potion out there, Grace, just before we get started.
It's probably a good plan, yeah.
Right.
If I don't get chosen to be the monarch thing, whoever goes up there, when the cannon fires, like try and stand beside the guy with the watch. Is it Mr. Witchlight?
Mr. Witch.
It's Mr. Witch. And basically, try pretend like scared shitless because you won't be able to see. But like grab him so that the side that his watch is on is free to like distract him.
Can we get any custard or cream pies, just in case?
Yeah, there's plenty of them to buy around the carnival. So you grab a few of those. You've got plenty of ticket punches left, so you can go to the various food stands and get a selection of whatever it is you might need. So time ticks onwards as you rush round. Some of the carnival stands are beginning to close up. It appears that after this happens, then the Witchlight Carnival will be closed for the night to be packed up and perhaps to whisk off realms unknown for another 8 years.
I'll run off, get a couple of custard pies, and go to Lost Property, see if I can borrow that pen without a cap.
Derlegran is just locking up, pulling the Lost Property sign down. He says, "Oh, hello there. Sorry, I have to escort Mr. Witch. I was just closing up. Did you want something? You'll have to be quick."
Could I have that pen with the missing cap, please?
Oh, is that yours? We've been looking for that for months. Certainly, he says. Help yourself, and gives you the lost and found box.
I'll get the pen.
Right, grab the pen without the cap and head back to the others. So he heads off to the staff area, while the rest of you congregate outside the big top. All of the music is playing. All of the clowns and all of the carnival folk around clapping and cheering as the midnight witching hour approaches. And he calls all and sundry, Come all, come into the big top, grab a seat. We are about to crown the Witchlight Carnival monarch for this week. And everybody files into the big top. The seats are full as the happy revelers sit about, and you see Mr. Witch standing to the side of the stage with Durla the Displacer Beast stands off to one side. Mr. Light stands in the centre of the stage, prancing around in circles as you have getting used to seeing him. Well, in his cane, the curtains go up as the crowd breaks into rapturous applause. Hurrah, hurrah!
I'll applaud.
Candlefoot stands there next to Mr. Light, holding a hat box, a large red hat box, overly sized. Mr. Witch says, "It's now time for the finale. Round the Witchlight monarch." He begins to dance and twirl, and he raises up the vein, and a thread of golden light seems to come off it as if it was a real thread unwinding from the Witchlight vein, which whips and curls through the air. The crowd goes, "Ooh!"
Just as soon as he whips that out, I'm going to neck that portion of advantage because it's got an hour long, I think, for it.
You neck the positive advantage. Yeah, you do that, and the golden light whips and twirls around the big top, getting longer and longer. And then with a last flick, as Mr. Light performs a cartwheel, it comes round and it flicks around Sheiluk and Dobbsy, and the crowd goes. Mr. Light stops agog, and he says, "Well, this is a first. Apparently, two of the visitors tonight have been equally pleasant to people around here. Can you please step up on stage?"
Go and walk on the station.
Yep.
You step on the stage. Burley flashes you a wink as he steps next to the cannon.
I'm going to step to the side, which will give me the best advantage to get his pocket watch.
Okay, so you step to the side as you clamber up onto the stage. Mr. Light says, "Well, this is unprecedented, so for the first time ever, we're going to have to ask for an audience vote." The crowd goes, "Ooh." Mr. Witch scowls at this. So, is there anything you guys want to do?
I scowl at the audience and shout, "Hurry up, man, I haven't got all day."
Wow, okay. You shout this, and Mr. Light looks somewhat affronted at you and calls out, "So, should it be Mr. Sheiluk Burrows?" The crowd goes, "Ksh." Dave, do you wish to state your case or perform a little dance or something?
I state my case. I'm the best looking one here. So hurry up, you twats, and vote.
Right. Okay, Dave, do you want to give me...
It's good what he's trying to do, though.
Yeah, it is very good. Do you want to give me a skill roll, a performance check, please? Or an intimidation, if you prefer? Do you want me to send you it? A nat 20 on the intimidation. The crowd all step back and go silent for a second, and then there's just rapturous applause and cheering as Sheiluk here has decided to intimidate the crowd to get in their favour. And Mr. Light says, "Well, I don't know how we're going to follow that one." Hey, Dobbsy,
I'll cast guidance on Dobbsy.
Okay, you cast guidance on Dobbsy. Dobbsy, would you care to state your case?
Well, dear people, unlike my learned friend here, I'm going to give you a free choice of who to vote for. Whether it be the gobshite or the natural grace of myself.
I'll start applauding wildly.
Oh, that's going to be a performance check. You're going to have to...
I applaud as well.
I'll join it.
Oh, yeah, everybody applauds for the humble. Okay, so, targeting Dobbsy, you throw a guidance roll on. However, the crowd has clapped much louder for Sheiluk, and Mr. Light steps to the front of the stage and says, "So the Witchlight Carnival is monarch for
Dobbsy!" I shout.
He looks confusedly at you and says, "Sheiluk," and as he does that, Hurley pulls the cannon, which starts to fizz comically.
I'll look at it and then sort it backwards towards Mr. Witch, so I'm close by him for when it goes off.
And as you step towards him, Kettlestein comes out with the hat box to present you with the crown. Then the cannon goes off. There's a loud boom, and the entire area is suddenly surrounded in an enormous amount of glitter. It's almost impossible to breathe.
I leap into Mr. Light's arms in panic.
I screech and jump. I'll run around in circles. I'll flap around in circles in the glitter, spreading glitter particularly everywhere.
Yeah, so you run forward into the glitter.
I'll tie your shoelaces together.
Elvanilor runs into the glitter. Do you want to give me a stealth check?
Yep.
As Dobbsy slips to the side.
I'll try and sidle around the edge of the glitter cloud.
Yeah.
Kind of making for the edge.
Elvanilor, you are getting close to Mr. Witch and you tie his shoelaces together. Okay, Dobbsy, it's DC 13, sleight of hand. Okay.
Right. I'll use the portion of advantage
Okay.
roll, and I think have I still got guidance on?
You will have in a second. Wait a minute, I can't wait me actions, right?
There's a loud roar. There's a lot of coughing and spluttering. You can hear Mr. Light shout, What the hell's going on? Burley! You have a few short seconds.
Right. I will try and lift the watch. I'm just thinking.
Have you got guidance on? There you go. Request roll.
Shall I click advantage for the thingy?
Yeah.
Portion?
Oh, it's good. It's real good. 22. So you slip your hand inside Mr. Witch's inside pocket. You can feel that the watch is on a small chain, which normally you would need something to clip, but with a roll like that, you just slip the little hook and unhook it from inside his shirt. And
didn't we have a dodgy watch to replace it with?
Yep, mine.
So you slip another watch into Mr. Witch's pocket. Sherlock has leapt into Mr. Light's arms. Mr. Light would look confused if you could see him for all of the glitter that is now scattered all over the tent.
And then I'll move away from Mr. Witch quietly.
Yeah, I'll move back as well, so he doesn't know that I've been the accident.
Right. Give me a stealth roll there, Mr. Dobbsy. Oh, what a nat 20. So with a nat 20, you slip off the sage and silently pad away.
With no glitter on him at all.
Leaving nary a mark as you leave the cloud of glitter.
I'll stand cheering and clapping with the rest of the crowd as though there's nothing else happened.
I will try and find one of the others and hand the watch off to them.
I'm going to try and stumble just into the edge of the glitter and then tangle me feet together and fall over, so I'm sort of prone in that corner of the glitter.
Okay, you fall over, so where do you move to as you move off the stage?
Well, I know the guys were over to my right, so I'll head that way, that way.
So Elvanlo and Dobbsy emerge, covered head to foot in glitter, because as we know, you can never get rid of glitter. You come out, you see Britwick's tail twitching as he lies on the edge of the glitter. There's Elvanlo there and Nutmeg.
I'll very loudly go, "Oh no, Britwick, are you all right?" And I'll move over and I'll go to look like I'm trying to help him up, and I'll slip the watch inside his coat.
Oh, don't give me another slick.
But I'll do it so that he knows that I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, but you're trying to hide it from everybody else.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Got you.
So give us a sleight of hand roll as you slip in the watch. Oh, it's not as good this time. You hope that
you still have advantage, though.
I believe the portion only happens once.
Yeah, it only happens once.
Is there anything I could do to make it sort of easier for him?
You could make a performance roll to thrash about, perhaps causing a distraction.
Hang on, I'll do that. I'm no good at this.
Just as you're going to hand the watch off, Britwick, what do you perform to cause this distraction?
That thing like when you try and get up, and every time you try and get up, you slip over again, and nearly pull Dobbsy down as well, and then try and get up again and trip over me fight.
The crowd burst out laughing at it, and bearing in mind that the only thing that is not entirely covered with glitter is the bottom of your feet. You make quite the fractal. So even if somebody had seen, because it wasn't a great performance, hopefully that's covered it. And with that glitter sparkling in the air, now what do you do?
Exit the tent as fast as we can.
Yeah, stagger outside, gasping for breath.
So what about you, Dave? You're in Mr. Light's arms. Are you waiting as you have been crowned the monarch?
Now I'm getting out of this glitter.
Right, coughing and spluttering. Everybody staggers outside of the cloud of glitter. You lot all make a run for it.
Dave staggers out going, "I'm blind, Dick, I'm blind."
So you all head outside. A coughing and spluttering Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, entirely covered with glitter, stagger out next to you. Mr. Light giggling away, Mr. Witch looking extremely angry. He brushes, when somebody brushes a speck of dust off your shoulder, Dave. Mr. Light brushes a handful of glitter off your shoulder and said, that was a little bit much on the glitter side. Perhaps we'll have the crown in shortly once it all clears. Perhaps we should all get outside before we all gag on glitter. What?
Yeah.
Mr. Witch comes out. He stands and has some serious words with Burley. And as you all head outside, Kettlestein looking over your shoulder conspiratorially, you head out into the carnival. Now, what, Andy? You have this Witchlight watch.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
I'm going to just completely act as though I don't have the Witchlight watch. I don't know what's going on. Nothing to do with my governor. I'm just covered in glitter.
I'll look for someone to eat. See if anyone needs arresting.
Nobody needs arresting. But are you all milling around outside of the big top?
We should go and have a look at this somewhere. Quiet, like. I'll look for somewhere that I would look for people who were up to no good, hanging about, like a street corner or the back alley.
There's down the sides of several of the tents.
That'll do nice.
Right, so...
It's not magic, is it?
It's not magic, it's very magic. Very, very magic.
I'll have a sniff of it. Does it smell like magic? I don't like
yes,
magic.
Intensely smells like magic.
Don't trust it.
And Mr. Light's possibly dodgy pocket.
Smells a bit like cheese.
Bit like cheese.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
so
probably got
ducking down the
cheese.
side of the tents, followed by an entirely glittered covered cohort.
Oh, everyone, don't go over there, and I'll point at the tent. Be very careful over there, and I'll point at the tent again.
Right, well, all right then. What do you do, guys?
Anyone know about magic?
Nope.
No,
My father's
Tracy's
probably going to be the best
threatening to
man.
murder Morgan. Someone's got to know about magic. Isn't that what people do?
Are you planning on stepping in and having a look at the watch, or...?
Yeah, we went round behind the thing to look at the watch thing.
Right, it's a small, plain-looking silver pocket watch, Andy.
But I'm quite happy to hand it off to Nutmeg, because he seems to know more about magical things than I do.
I don't like magic.
I thought we were supposed to bargain with Mr. Witch using the watch to get us into through the way gate.
Yes, that was the plan.
Oh,
Yeah, but I want to know what it's best to see if we can learn as much as we can about the watch before we do anything. I want to know a little bit more about this.
Well, it appears to be a perfectly normal silver pocket watch. What do you want to do?
Who's good at talking to people? I could talk
You
to him.
stand
if you
and
wanted.
look at the small closed pocket watch dangling on the end of a silver chain.
I'll shake the chain a bit to see what it does.
Jangles?
It's broken. It's broken, that doesn't.
Yeah, I don't think so. Didn't we see when he opened it there was like a little Stonehenge thing with a light going around it?
Yep.
I'm not opening it.
But
It'll have
that's
magic
not...
in it.
Oh, okay. Well, have you not actually opened it?
No,
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
opening
saying. You're all just standing about looking at the
Is it? Yeah,
pocket
I'll
watch.
open it.
I'll give it to Elvanelo.
Let's have a little look.
Right. It appears to be a perfectly normal silver pocket watch on a gold chain.
Open it up. Let's have a look inside.
Right.
What was so fantastical about this watch?
You pop the watch open. The face of the watch shows a miniature painting of the Witchlight Carnival, ringed by a tiny henge, orbited by a tiny light small enough to slip through the eye of a needle. The light goes round, and the shadows of the henge apparently cast time into the centre of the watch to determine what hour it is. You can determine when handling a magical item roughly what it is. It does require attunement, and it seems to be incredibly powerful.
Interesting.
So we're going to hold it for rent. So,
Of course we are.
well, who's the talker?
Sounds like me, doesn't it?
Yeah, you best tell him that if he has to do the thing we want him to do, or the watch gets it.
I love the way everybody is still entirely encased in glitter at this point.
I quite like it. It makes me look more fashionable. Look at this, glitter
I
and
will.
pink.
I will try and get as much of it off as I can.
I'll jump up and down and shake myself.
I like the glitter. I'm keeping it. In fact, I'll pick the bits up that
You,
like
you, you
a
shake
pile
yourself,
dropped off on
quite a
me.
lot of glitter comes off. However, as we all know, you still look entirely covered in glitter.
Oh, I'll start rubbing my furry dressing gown to get it all stacked up,
Oh, God.
and I'll absorb more glitter.
Yeah, so all the glitter that other people are shaking off is sort of gradually...
You know, we're going to be screwed if we need to creep anywhere and, pass without trace, so to speak.
You are massively disadvantaged
Yeah,
on stealth
exactly.
checks right now.
I'm not very stealthy anyway.
You've also spent 8 hours in the Witchlight Carnival.
Yeah, we're the
You're
best.
very tired.
I'm knackered.
So, well, Dave?
I'm fine. I could sneak about anywhere. There's no glitter on the soles of my feet. About the only place there isn't any
It's true.
glitter.
You've all crept between these two tents for a secret meeting, but there's just this trail of glitter you've left across the carnival and behind the tent.
Looking at the watch when it's open, you say it shows the carnival.
Yes.
What does it show at the Hall of Mirrors of Illusion?
It doesn't show anything. It's just a flat paint. It basically the map that you've seen before you is painted on the watch.
Curious, I wonder if this... That you always did say somebody go through a mirror or behind a mirror or pass through somewhere, right, in that Hall of Illusions.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this will allow access, because I've got a funny feeling the gateway is in that place.
Probably.
Do you fancy having a look back in there?
Yeah, we could have a mooch.
Don't see why not.
Before we hand it back, I just would like to know a little bit more about it, because we need to be able to get back from this fake portal area anyways. And if this might be our only way back, we might be able to get away without handing it over if we can find the gateway ourselves. After all, they are responsible for stealing things from people over the millennia, from doing some dirty pact.
So, with a puff of glitter, you guys all head back off. Is everybody heading off to the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly there's an almost greyness, as if the colour has been sucked out of the carnival. It swings across the carnival. Kids start crying, balloons start popping. It's like a wave of negative energy is swept across the carnival.
Yeah, we'll have a look in there before it all gets packed away. Sneak into the Hall of Illusions.
Do you think that's got anything to do with us?
Probably. Close the watch, Davey, just in case.
You rush to the Hall of Illusions, but Candlefoot, the poor voiceless mime, is not there, as he was at the big top.
That's all right. Can we get into the illusions?
Yeah, you dash into the Hall of Illusions.
Have a look around. Any sign of that ominous person that we saw
blue
before?
skin girl? No, you dash quickly around the halls of illusions. The mirrors continue to show weird shapes. There's no sign of anyone in. And gazing quickly into each of the mirrors, none of them seem to be any different from normal carnival mirrors.
Well, let's go and see Mr. Witch and see if we can have a deal.
Yeah. But what is the plan there then?
Well, he's probably looking for his watch. No, he might not be. No, he probably is. We should go to where he lives. Where's his caravan tent thing?
It's behind the big top, isn't it? The
Yeah,
staffing
have a
area.
walk down there and look out for him.
Yeah, just reminded me, we were here looking for things that have been lost or taken. Wouldn't it be strange if he's had something lost or taken?
Yeah,
so all of you
we've
are
found
going
it.
there, are you?
Yeah, stick together.
Yeah, safety numbers.
Good plan. Taking the watch with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you push back past through the carnival. Kettlestein the King says, "Well, it's an unusual way to blackmail someone to take the item back to them that they actually supposed to be getting blackmailed. Or if he just gives you a damn good thrashing and takes it off us."
Oh, aye.
As you arrive back at the outside of the staff area,
I could put it somewhere you can't find it.
You could always slip it back in my pocket and I'll go for a wander.
Yeah, we could do that.
Give him the watch.
right? So handing it to Britwick, Hurley waits for you outside the big tent, a big grin on his face as he sees your glitter-covered forms appear. He says, "Mr. Witch is beside himself. I assume you'll be wanting to go to the staff area."
Yeah, is there two of them now?
Two of them?
Well, him, if he's beside himself, there's got to be more than one of them, isn't there?
Ah, very, very, very amusing. I'll have to consider the philosophical parameters of such a thing.
I'll look confused as if he thinks wondering why he thinks I'm making a joke.
So the mystical hedge parts and you head to the staff area.
I'll go and tuck myself away somewhere quiet in a corner in the carnival somewhere.
The noise of the calliope has gone almost silent, with just a few discordant sad tones as you head in. Andy heads in. You manage to catch the very last of the carnival folk pulling down the signs to say they're closed, but they look quite worried. And as you head into the staff area, you can hear Mr. Witch shouting at the top of his lungs, "Somebody's took it! They've took the watch! We can't pack up without the watch!" Mr. Light's normally jovial tones also seem strained and worried. Well, they can't leave the carnival area without it. They can't leave the carnival area and take it with it, so we're bound to find it eventually. Mr. Witch's rough voice shouts, "Yes, but time! We're getting behind on time. We're never going to be able to pack up in time." Hurley guides you there. Thackwell the clown sits at the back going, "Oh, Hurley, I say you've brought your little friends here again. Back in my day, we wouldn't have brought friends when there was such a calamity had occurred to the carnival. It's never been known."
I'll say to him, "Do be quiet, you pestilent little clown."
Oh, she's a bit pussy, isn't she?
He scowls at you and blows some bubbles out of his pipe. So Mr. Witch and Mr. Light's caravan sits at the back there, the one with the red painted roof under the tree.
Can you push the big map forward?
I can.
Thank you. Okie dokie.
Maybe I'll chuck it on the map. So, yeah, the caravan stands at the back of the staff area.
Right, head up the caravan.
You seem to have lost something, I'll say to Mr. Witch.
Well, the caravan door is currently closed. You can hear them shouting on the other side.
I'll rap on the door.
Who is it?
Bailiff's
He
knock.
shouts.
It's us.
Mr. Light pushes the door open. He looks worried. The first time you've seen him, he's not smiling.
Lost something?
Immediately, Mr. Witch's beady eyes whip round and pierce you with his stare. Perhaps. What do you know about it?
We lost things as well.
Yes, we've all lost things.
If we knew where the portal to the Witchlight, where the witch Fey realm was, we could probably find your watch for you.
This sounds like blackmail.
No. This is bribery. Blackmail is when I say, and if you don't, we're gonna drown it, smash it, and eat it.
He says, if you have it on you.
We're not that. Do they look that stupid? I'll start seething. I'll start, there's glitter coming off me like Captain Caveman's fleas at this point.
You literally all stand there, just like clouds of glitter flowing down onto the floor. Very well. Do we have an accord?
I've got a whistle.
Yeah, let's see the
bagpipes.
details of this accord then. What do you offer?
I'll let you travel through the Fair Gateway. You return the Witchlight watch undamaged.
Does it also comes with a way back as well?
Oh no, he says, it's a one-way. You'll have to find your own way back.
Can't be that hard.
And you're not going to, should we say, set anything on us?
Do tell, who have you got a pact with?
If I had such a pact, milady, that would be the point. I would not be able to tell. Very well. Meet us at the Hall of Illusions in 5 minutes.
Okay, right.
I knew it.
Mr. Light starts grabbing his cane with it. Well, if there's no further ado, then we will just cut as you head through the sad crowds. Most of the children's balloons have popped and they're crying and wailing. The mother's scolding them as the mood of the Witchlight Carnival has gone from extreme to quite the opposite. You stride through the crowd and waiting for you miraculously, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light stand there outside of the illusions alongside Candlefoot.
Who's Candlefoot again?
Candlefoot is the mime who was going to propose to the mermaid, but his voice has been taken. Candlefoot says, "You're very lucky." Sorry, Kettlestein says, "You're very lucky. The one time I was allowed through to Prismere, it's a beautiful land of rolling green hills and large flowers and butterflies and
I
song."
thought he couldn't talk.
Kettlestein can talk, and he's speaking like a halfling.
Kettlesteam's the Kenku.
I see.
Candlefoot's the mime. I know they've got weird names.
Yeah, somebody had stolen the halfling's voice.
And Mr. What you call it's got a halfling's voice, hasn't he?
Kettlestein, yes.
Probably just a coincidence.
Probably. He sighs and says, "You're so lucky, it's so beautiful in Prismere."
How do you have a halfling's voice?
He looks sly at this. I had to borrow it, you see.
From who?
Oh, just a random halfling. He didn't need it, not for his job.
I tell you what, why don't you give it back? And we discuss how you got it in the first place.
He might want to profess his love to a mermaid, and he can't do that without a voice. And if you don't give it back, I'm going to get me bonker out again.
12 persuasion check from you there, Dave.
Can I add my intimidation on since I've already bonked him once, and I will bonk him again if I'm asked?
I'll give you an advantage there because he's been threatened by an extremely small fairy in a dressing gown.
Angry fairy, please.
Kettlestein says, "Oh no, well, I did enjoy talking." He pulls a small corn doll out of his pouch, and around the neck is tied a string. He says, "But I guess now that we're going to find out what's happened to Sibylla, well, you guys are. I'm not allowed to go through the land of Prismere. I guess I can return it."
Very kind.
He looks rather sad at this. And as you approach Candlefoot, Candlefoot looks at him, outraged, and does that mime where people are angry, shakes his fists in the air, runs towards him, and he goes, all right, I just borrowed it, I did, I'm going to give it back. These nice folks have told me the error of me ways and all that. And he takes the doll, unwraps the thing, and then lets out a raven caw as Candlefoot says, "And I'll smash you bloody head." Oh, hang on a minute. I can talk again. Hello. And as he's doing this, he's still miming because he's that used to just being able to talk in mime.
I'm going to say to Mr. Witch, before we give you the watch back, do you know who the blue child is? And if you do, you better tell her.
I do not know who the blue child is, lady.
Seems that something or someone's coming over from the other side and spying.
Well, that might be possible. However, I only know of a one-way Faygate. Do you mind if we get this rushed along? I have to pack up the carnival, and I can't do that without the watch.
Oh, giddy-ho.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light move through the Hall of Illusions. Their reflections in the mirrors show them as gloomy, shadow-eyed children, with your own youthful reflections following behind. Soon they call you to a halt. The mirrors now reflect everyone's true age. Mr. Witch addresses you in a hushed tone. Everything you seek and more lies beyond this mirror. You mean to step through, then stand in front of the glass and repeat this rhyme. Hither, thither, here and there, wander, yonder, show me where.
Hither. What was the next line? Thither.
Hither, hither, here and there.
Hither, thither, with a T, hither, hither, thither, here and there. Wander, yonder, show me where.
Hither, thither, here and there. Wander, yonder, show me where.
Yeah.
As you repeat those words, Tracy, a spiraling blue portal appears before you, as shown in the picture.
And I'll step through it. I just need to get on with these things.
Tracy steps through and disappears.
I'll turn and go, how does someone with a lisp get through here then? Because they could never say thither.
I'll walk through the mirror.
You walk through the mirror and vanish into the beautiful land of Prismere with all of the gorgeous green grass and flowers and sunshine.
Wouldn't it be a good idea if we got the watch for him before we all gone?
Breswick's got it.
You're gone?
Yeah. Before I go, should I go and get the bloke with the watch? Because you're going to want that, really, aren't you?
I thought they might have picked me up on the way past.
I was going to assume they did, but I assumed
that
nothing.
they did. Yeah.
Okay, as long as we're assuming, that's fine.
And I'm standing at the back, so I'll be last to go.
Okay.
Do we know how we get back?
We've got to find our own way back.
We'll work it out. It can't be hard. Right, I'll dodge through.
Quick bio.
This smells magic to me, but okay.
Leaving only Britwick and Dobsy. Assuming Dobsy steps through, otherwise it'd be a very short adventure for him.
Yeah.
At least Britwick.
Right, I shall sidle right up to the portal and then produce the watch from me pocket. I shall look at Mr. Witch and Mr. Light and go, swapsies?
He scowls at you and holds out his hand. The bargain is struck.
Thank you very much. I'll take my watch out of his hand and put his in it and then quickly say the rhyme and hop through the portal.
You hop through the portal and you all vanish, and you have a sense of feeling lightheaded and falling and tumbling as you fall. Right, after falling what seems perhaps years or perhaps seconds, you crash down upon some solid stone. You can only see a small area around you. Can see as you are standing on the edge of a raised and broken causeway under a hazy twilit sky. The first thing that hits you is the smell. Mildewy, mould, moist. Causeway is built from pale stones that glow faintly from within. Towers over the surrounding landscape, but larger sections of it have crumbled away. The parts that remain in place are separated by large gaps where portions have collapsed. A fog-shrouded swamp spreads out below you in all directions, and up from its murk wafts the smell of rotting plants. Also in the sky, also rising from the swamp, is the music of nature, a discordant symphony of croaking frogs and singing birds. Earl, can I have a DC 100 Constitution saving throw, please? You look, and you are 100 feet in the air.
Oh,
you look at Dobsy and look down, and then there's a thud noise as Nutmeg has collapsed unconscious on the floor in front of you. Can you all see the map with a small section of bridge?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Seems to be working.
This doesn't look like how what's his face described it. I was going to call him bedspread because I was sure it was Candlewick, and I know that's not right.
It's close enough. As you were looking about and you're looking down like shaking Nutmeg, who seems to have become completely senseless. There's a hissing sort of noise, and I hear and as you look up out of the mist from the west comes a balloon made of patchwork canvas. It's obviously blown. Beneath it swings a basket. It's coming in, and you get a second's warning. And as you duck, it almost takes your head off and shoots out directly from over the head, straight to the east. And from the basket you hear, "Help! Oh God, help!" as it vanishes into the mist directly to the east. The highway is 20 feet high and 100 feet above the swamp. You've not slept in 8 hours.
I think we need find some place to rest.
I think that's a good idea. And I don't think the middle of this bridge is it.
Looking down over the side, you can see it looks relatively easy to climb down with many handholds. It looks like the bridge is decayed. And where there are not handholds, there are giant mushrooms sticking out of the side of the bridge.
Oh.
Looks like the inside of a way gate. Nah, wrong realm.
So
Probably best to climb
now it's up
down.
to you.
Well, I'll climb down then.
This is presumably Bismere?
It doesn't sound like what Candlewick said.
So
Unless, of course, something's gone horribly wrong here.
Yeah, which sounds about right. How far down does it look from this bridge, did you say?
it's 100 feet straight over
Right.
the side. The bridge does continue off, as you can see, to the northeast.
Well, we're going to climb down or follow the bridge.
But if you follow the bridge, like sections of it are broken away, the picture is actually drawn more solid than the bridge is.
So we're going to be climbing down then, aren't we?
Yep.
No, that's you could pick your way along the bridge if you wanted to follow along. There's like holes in it and bits of rubble occasionally fall off and plunge into the swamp below.
Well, I would probably be all right, but I don't know about the rest of them. Just out of curiosity, I'll look round at Dubsy. Please don't take this the wrong way, but how do you climb down cliffs?
Oh, that's a ninja secret, mate.
Oh, okay.
Pixie dust.
Just if we climb down here, you're going to be all right climbing down as well.
Should be.
Might as well climb down then.
Haven't we all got pixie dust on us? Or carrying pixie dust? We could just sprinkle pixie dust and float down.
I don't think I have any.
I certainly haven't got any.
I love the way, Nutmeg, they're having this conversation over your unconscious body.
I thought it was quite nice of them actually ignoring my predicament.
I'll try and sing a little song to Nutmeg to see if it'll wake them up. Flying through the air.
No, somehow it makes them even more unconscious, if possible.
I don't think I've got anything medical, have I?
I'll give him a gentle
Oh,
slap
yeah.
on the side of the face. Wake up. Are you alive?
You need a DC 10 medicine check if you're going to attempt to slap him awake.
Oh, I'll try it. Anybody want to help?
Yeah, we'll form a line.
Right.
You go first, Andy.
All right, then there goes.
Yeah, Britwick slaps you about the face. You're lying on your back as you come round, Nutmeg. Your head is swimming. You're looking up into the sky, luckily, and you feel gingerly beneath you there's a metal, or there's a stone causeway beneath you.
Oh, that's better. Oh, if the gods had meant us to fly, they'd have given us bigger wings.
You won't go unconscious again, will you? Not like if I tell you we've got 100-foot climb down. You could just shut your eyes and flap your wings, I guess. Well, now that Nutmeg is revived, I shall kneel down and say a prayer for our safe arrival.
The rabbit's praying, Nutmeg. That doesn't seem like a good sign. You briefly remember the flash of that balloon as you were passing out.
Oh, I don't like balloons. Burst ones are all right.
Also, Elvana and Dobsy, the thing you were missing is here somewhere. You have a little tingle at the back of your neck. Somewhere. There's no direction. There's just a feeling. You know it's here. It's here somewhere.
Just them now.
I'm going to mosey in my backpack, get me rope out.
Mm-hmm.
Is there somewhere to tie it off round Mevy's?
There's lots of stonework is broken away everywhere on this causeway, so there's definitely an outcropping of stonework.
All right, Elvana, I'll do it. I'll offer to tie a rope off for her.
Okay. It looks like about 100 feet down. Anybody else?
Oh,
It's all right.
Thud. Nutmeg passes out again. I know he can't make the check. I just want to see him roll a DC 100 roll.
I'll
Thud.
throw some
Nutmeg
water
passes
on him.
out again.
I'll throw some water on him.
no! Oh, great! Now it's raining.
Right. I know there's some space to go. I'll look at the others, right? And raise my eyebrows as if to say, here we go again. Anybody else got some more rope?
Yeah, I've got 50 foot.
Okay. Tie it to the...
It's all right, I'll do it.
Okay. Seems very keen, this little chap.
Too keen.
That's a kind of bird.
So once we've got all that done, I'll I'll start climbing down, avoiding the rope.
Okay. How much rope do you have, Elvanlo?
It was 50 foot of hemp.
Because that's only going to reach halfway down.
Yeah,
However,
but then we've tied braces to mine.
However, Britwick, as you clamber over the side, you realise that there's well-cut handholds and footholds leading down. So it's almost like climbing a ladder down.
Yeah, there's a sort of a laddery type thing cut into the side of this bridge.
Well, we can tie the rope round each person, so just in case their foothold slips.
And then they can bring the rest of us down to our deaths.
No, and then we'll just pull the rope back up for the next person to go down, and so on. What do you think?
I think I'll use the handhold things, and I'll start climbing down.
Yep, but we're going to use that as well. The rope's just in case you slip off them, so in case you lose your footing, at least you've got the rope tied around your waist to... There's
absolutely no way Dobbsy can climb down.
I think we should maybe lower Dobbsy down first. Is there anywhere like to wrap the rope round to sort of brace, will lower and brace you down?
I'll give it a funny look and go, no, you're not tying it around that.
Are you pixie dusting it?
Round the rock?
I'll just pixie dust and jump off and drift down gently.
Dobbsy rips a packet open with his teeth, pours it over his head, bearing in mind he's still covered in glitter, and leaps off the top of the bridge into the open space.
Right.
Disappearing rapidly from view.
I'll tie the rope around Nutmeg, put a blindfold round him and say, trust us.
I'm unconscious, so the answer is...
Yeah, he's unconscious again.
Okay. That's all right. I'll tie it round him and shout down to Dobbsy, incoming, and lower Nutmeg down.
Right, Dobbsy, you slowly float to the floor. Are you waiting until Dobbsy hits the ground?
Yeah.
I don't have the description for Pixie Dust. I don't know how fast you can fall, Dobbsy.
All it says is... let's see. The ship gives flying speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover for 1 minute. If the creature is airborne when this effect ends, it falls safely to the ground, taking no damage, and lands on its feet.
So it takes you 30 seconds to get the ground. So you go to the ground, and as your hooves touch down, they sink maybe a couple of inches into dirty, sticky, squelchy mud. You know that kind of mud that looks like grass with water? But as you step in it just goes... and then sucks at your foot, but at least the ground seems to be solid. You hear a voice from above. Elvalonor shouts, incoming, Dobbsy, or something, wherever you shout it.
Right, I'll move out the road. I will draw my weapons and take over defensive posture because we don't know what's down here.
It's true. So, Elvalon, do you lower him down? About a few seconds later...
Yeah, I'll lower him down.
An unconscious Nutmeg, sort of like he's tied round his waist, his arms are flopped, his old starfish, comes lowering down from the top of the escarpment.
Revolving slowly, probably.
Yeah, revolving slowly. What are you doing, Dobbsy? You've got your weapons out, you're standing at the ready.
How far can I see?
As far as you can see on the map, actually. There's very thick, that horrible low mist you get over wetlands when it's like...
Oh, God, yeah.
Thingy. It's like that all over. That's all you could see, as far as the eye could see.
Right, I'll just sit there. Well, I'll just stand there at the ready, but I'll keep my ears open just see if I can hear anything moving.
That's all I need to know. Nutmeg, you are not caught, so you land ceremoniously into the sticky, dirty, smelly mud at the bottom. It wakes you up. You realise you're lying on the back in mud, and you have a rope tied around your wrist. But you're on the floor.
I'll climb down the handholds. I wouldn't trust me with a rope.
Right. It's very easy to climb down. You don't even need to make a roll.
All right.
Nutmeg, are you there? Is it all there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've awoken. You've landed on your back in sticky, horrible, smelly mud.
Oh, this is lovely, this. I'll stand up.
You stand up,
and
the mud sinks up to your ankles.
Look, I'll point at the hole. Mud Angel. We used to make them when we were kids.
Okay, so that's those two down. You untie yourself and tug at the rope, Elvan, and I'll let you know that he's down safe.
Okay. The other two need the rope round them or not? Or do you need the rope round you or not? You all right?
No, I'm fine.
Right, okay. I'll let them get down, and as they're getting down, I'm going to untether the rope, coil it up, put it in my backpack, and climb down last after they've gotten down. And then when I get down to the bottom, I'll give Dobbsy his 50-foot rope back.
Cheers.
But it's very easy for you two legs to climb down, and you all arrive tired and aching at the bottom of the bridge. If you want to move one hex, Andy, to the
Right.
off the bridge.
Where we'll go, I think. I presume it's that way. To the west?
To north, to the east.
Oh, sorry. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I say where we're right. It's all right.
You've arrived at the bottom, and sadly, all you can see, as far as the eye can see, is there's about 3/4 of a mile of that marshy wetness, and then it turns into slightly more solid ground. You can see trees poking out of the mist ahead of you.
What's in the direction where that balloon went?
Exactly what you can see, Dave. You can see half a mile of marshy ground, and then slightly more solid ground with some trees.
I look around, because it's going to be trouble. I can smell it.
Well, I guess plodge through the mud and head for the trees.
Yeah, and then we'll set up camp there on the solid ground.
You mean look for an inn?
You don't need an inn. You need to learn how to rough it, lad.
Or a barracks? Barracks are better than an inn, I suppose.
So shouldering your packs, you decide to march towards the east if you want to move another hex. There's a sudden ha noise as a giant crane the size of a house appears and jumps out of some reed bed, looks at your cause, and then sails up. This thing is gigantic. Its wingspan is easily 20-30 feet across.
Now, either that crane is very, very large, or we have suddenly become very, very small.
This is far away. This is very big.
Yeah, exactly.
You manage to tramp to the edge of the more solid ground. You're all tired and on the verge of gaining a point of exhaustion.
Even me, because I only need to go in a trance for 4 hours.
Yes, because you have been at the Witchlight Carnival for 8 hours, and before that you'd spent a couple of hours travelling. So you're all dead on your feet, and the mud is sticky, and it also seems to be trying to suck you down. So that's tired you out even further. So you'll either take a point of exhaustion, or you can camp. And in the distance you see a sickly river with like dead plants floating in it as it slowly winds its way south, about half.
I think it's wise to set up camp.
Yeah.
I'll
The
start
river water should be alright if we boil it.
looking round for some bracken and whatnot to start a fire.
So as you decide to set up...
For somebody else to start a fire?
Yeah. Oh, you can try.
Well, I can actually, in a way, a roundabout way, but it might burn some trees. Well,
you find
might be a bit dangerous.
That's not quite as wet as you start to splash around. Sticky mud squelches beneath your feet.
Mr. Mean GM.
It's sad. You're not thinking something mean than that. Tangled mangroves grow out of pools of rippling water, half hidden by the thick fog, and purple mushrooms cling to rotting logs and stumps scattered throughout the marsh. Crickets that glow like fireflies chirp serenely before they're snatched out of the air by the tongues of hungry frogs. Coming from one direction, several voices joined in a marching song. The singing grows louder as 6 bipedal rabbits wearing clothing emerge from the fog. 2 of them tug at the reins of a giant snail, and the others carry clubs and slings. With sticks and stone we'll break your nose, we'll beat you blind and steal your clothes, but none among us can compare to one wily, swift and stand-up hare. Scarf at the glorious thief notorious, his deeds are truly meritorious. With a wink and a grin he'll show you his cunning, a flash of his scarf he'll take off running, quick as a bolt, his log scarf trailing, gasping, you'll end up frailing, you'll pout, you'll moan, you'll huff, you'll sneer. Thanks to Agdon, Longscarf, Brigand, Prince of Prismere. At this point, they stop singing as they spot
Greetings.
you. They spot you.
I'll spot them.
I'll rush forward and bow low and greet them as brothers.
So, as you do, one of the brigands, with weapons drawn and a large blue scarf, holds a hand up. You notice behind you that the 2 leading the snail sort of bends its head, goes, ooh, and they scowl and start beating and prodding at it with their clubs.
No need to be alarmed. Hail and well met. I'm Lady Elvanelore of the Far Off Land Commando.
Andy, you can tell that this is a young lady rabbit with a large, wonderful blue scarf. She steps forward, makes a large bow so that the point of her ears gets slightly damp. Hello.
And these are my comrades.
I am Jerick. This is my band of brigands, and this is a robbery. If you resist, we'll beat you black and blue.
Get in!
Now put your hands up and prepare to give tribute to slack-jawed Lorna.
I'll look around at these and I'll say, are these for real? Right. And I'll look back at this lot and sort of gesture with my hands and cast fairy fire on them.
Aha, so we're not messing about.
No, we're
I
definitely not.
tried to be nice. And look what happened. You saw it all, lads. Tried to be
You
nice.
did.
So we didn't get our level before we beat map. That's not very nice.
Tell you something, talking about levels, I've thingied myself out of spells because I didn't realise druids get the wisdom modifier plus the spell level in number of spells known.
Right, so we are going to pause there a second. Okay, after that quick bout of leveling up, let's roll some initiative. Select all
Oh, great.
NPCs. Select all NPCs. Request a roll. Oh, that's the wrong one. Take no notes of that. Request a roll. So,
Where am I? Can I notice?
Jesus, only giant snail went after me.
Let's have a look.
round 1.
Okay.
Paragon Brigand. Get them, he shouts. All I ask for you is a most joyous memory, and you can walk free. Everything here belongs to slack-jawed Lorna, however, so it's in your best interest. Yeah. Bounding forward, bow, bow, bow.
Chicka wow wow.
The Paragon bounds forward and holds his attack. He waves his club menacingly. Next up is Jebek. He holds an attack, waving her club menacingly. Actually, no, the first one will just use his sling. He's like, forsooth, foul creature! And he will target one of you at random. I'm going to roll a d6 for the first opening blow of the campaign.
Make it me.
Nobody's a 6.
Make it me.
And another 6.
Make it me.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Britwick, he slings at you.
You dodge sling stones.
You did dodge the sling stone.
Even better.
He goes, bugger it. Paragon Brigand 3. They run forward 30 feet and then hop another 20 feet through the air. Bow, bow, bow. Sherlock, you are up next. Sherlock?
Yeah, I cast them being on the 3 closest.
Okay. They all succeed.
So I can't put the effect on them.
No, you cannot.
I draw my sword.
A jolly laugh. Bandit 4 is going to bound forward and fire a sling. He also bounces forward. And he fires at Sherlock, as Sherlock is the one casting the spell. He hits you, and a sling bullet bounces off your napper. He says. The slicked down pencil mustachioed one also bounds forward. You might notice that the Heragons also seem to have their advanced initiative handy. And focusing fire,
yes.
He fires a sling stone at Sherlock. Also hit you, heavily injured. The final one is beating and thrashing at the giant snail, Britwick.
Right. I shall
Soon you'll be
bound
able to
forward.
catch missiles, though, Andy.
Yep. I'm going to bound forward.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Janet is holding an attack action, so she will take a swing at you with a club.
That's fine. You can take a swing at me if she wishes.
You fool. Just give it up for slack-jawed Lorna and you can all walk out of here. You easily dodge out of the way.
Right, I'm now going to slap her daft.
That seems like a sensible thing to do.
Yep. I will. Now, I'm not quite sure how I do this exactly. Because I'm going to use a pointer key and use flurry of blows because I am declaring the attack action. So I suppose I do my normal attack first.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'll do that first.
You take an attack action and then hit and then roll your damage.
Right.
Yeah, that's a hit as you clout over your stick or your fist.
The flurry of blows, I can use a pointer key.
And it uses your bonus action up, or you make 2 unarmed attacks.
Yes. But I've got things to tick on here, so presume do I just target myself and press cast?
No, I don't think so.
So shall I just make 2 attack actions?
Yeah, you might have key points which you would just tick off, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll tick one off. Right, here we go then. Here's the first one as a bonus.
Right, so what does your martial arts strike look like?
Just because I think it'll look vaguely amusing. You know that, is it crane style where you stand on one leg?
Yes.
And you sort of put both your arms forward? But bear in mind when I do it, I've got a very large foot that's like halfway up in midair, and me ears bend forward the same as my arms, and then I shall just slap her daft, which I appear to have done.
Right, you do that. Your foot flaps out, kicks her across the jaw. There's a sickening crack as her neck twists and she falls dead to the ground. And then horrifically, her neck untwists, making popping noises. And she's lying on the floor, and her eyes flash open again. She's like, "What the hell just happened?"
What was that you were saying about memories?
She rubs at her sonic. I don't suppose we can surrender right now.
Yes, of course you can.
Jesus,
Boy, I haven't hit him yet.
She puts her hands up. She puts her hands up. The other rabbits put their clubs to their belt and put their hands. Wait, you have another attack left. She is prone on the floor.
Right. I don't think I will use it if they are genuinely surrendering.
Oh, they are definitely surrendering. You could hold the foot over her head and do that again. Noise if you wanted.
Is it a rabbit? Is it a crane? Nobody knows.
If they're definitely surrendering, since we have found a small island in the middle of this murk, I'll invite them to join us for some food and to tell us all about the land, because it's not what we were expecting.
The bandits, do we hang them?
Yeah, they are kind of...
Well, Nutmeg, that kind of depends. If they play fair by us, maybe not. But if there's any shenanigans, I'll help you tie the rope.
That's all right.
Make I guess a persuasion check.
Right.
Me not expecting you to actually...
Please bear in mind I'm shit at this.
I give him a hand.
You get a 9. You can have another roll if Dave is going to do the persuasion.
Right.
As you have advantage.
Do I take advantage?
No, just roll it because you've already made one roll, you say.
Right.
Well, it's an unusual crest, but it's one of the rules of Hither is the rule of hospitality, so I guess we'll put down our weapons and you put down your weapons and we try to act like civilized people.
I don't think I'll be putting my weapons down, and I hold on to my staff.
I didn't get a chance to get mine out.
And Andy just lashed the crap out of him.
Was that what they call a rabbit kick?
Yeah. Something like that.
He ninged her. So they all come to that part there. The giant snail bobs its head out and goes, Ugly Thumbs shouts, "Jebek, I gotta get this bloody thing to move," and he pokes it viciously with his club. You can see it's kind of used as a pack animal.
Can I go over and try a snail handling rule?
Can you try a snail handling rule? I need to consult my paperwork, Andy. I think you probably can.
I mean, I'm not expecting to be any good at it, but, rather than him viciously poking it.
Believe it or not, Mr. Brickwick, you feel an affinity for the snail owing to your participation in the snail races. Do you get advantage on this?
That's rather what I was hoping. Right, hang on. If I take advantage and roll me animal handling...
You do.
We'll go on.
A 17. The snail seems to take you somewhat as you reach up and stroke its very slimy flank. It's got like some kind of harness on over its back with supplies and stuff on. It reaches its giant head down and sort of nuzzles against your ear. Oh!
I'll sort of pat its head, like you do with giant snails, I suppose, and say if I can entice it over towards the island, while asking its handler, what do they feed?
It just sort of eats algae and plant stuff. It indeed follows you over.
I'll offer it a carrot.
It reaches down and munches the carrot out of your hand, leaving a big slobbery drool all down your arm.
There's a good snail.
Jebek says, "Well, since you have spared my life and invited me to dinner, it's only fair that I honour the rule of reciprocity, and I gift you this dumbass snail, as we can't get it to do anything we want. Enjoy." The snail nuzzles Andy and almost knocks him off his little white furry face. Oh.
Thank you very much, Sister Jebek. That is very kind of you. I presume the only reason you couldn't get it to do what you wanted it to do was because I'll point at the handler, kept poking it. You just need to talk to them.
Well, obviously.
I appear to have acquired a snail.
You appear to have acquired a large cargo snail type thing.
I'm sure we'll find a use for it.
So, what's for dinner then? She says, suddenly perking up. Like she's got blood running all down her fur of her nose.
I don't mean rabbit stew.
Oi.
Sorry.
Well, I suppose we better break out our what will I presume, bite of them otherworldly rations and get a fire going, get the kettle on.
I think Sherlock needs a hill.
All right, I look across at Sherlock and I go, now if you can't see anything nice, keep your trap shut. And I'll explain to Jebek and the rest of the Harrigan kind of sort of our predicament, and that we're here to try and recover the thing we've lost. And can they tell us anything about this land? Because the only person who told us anything about this land completely misrepresented the place. They were talking about rolling green hills and blue skies and bubbling brooks and all this sort of business.
That was Prismere. That was before the hags of the Coven split the land between them. Now you're in a place called Hither. We work for the hags, you see, collecting memories. I don't know what to do with them, but they seem to enjoy them.
So is that what you were on about? Give us your best memory and we'll let you go unmolested?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do apologise. I didn't quite grasp that.
There are three rules you must obey when within the fair. The first is the rule of reciprocity. If somebody offers you a gift, then you must offer them a gift of equal value, even though it doesn't have to be straight away. The rule of hospitality, she says, as she munches down on a carrot. People who invite people to dinner and to stay, such as yourself, must treat the guests with respect until the guests prove otherwise.
Sounds eminently fair enough.
And the rule of belonging, there's no stealing. But as
I try and hide my disappointment.
As Bavlorna holds sway over the land of Hither, she has declared that all things within the land are hers, so she's not stealing. Since that fairy princess that used to rule Prismere has been deposed, they're not so much laws now, more like guidelines. Back in the day, you stole something, you'd disappear in a big puff of fairy dust and never be seen.
So, where's the deposed girl gone?
Oh, I don't know. She's in a different realm. The three sisters have split the land of Prismere between them, and each hold sway over their own kingdom now. What once was Prismere is now three.
So, like Trismere.
Very good. I'll have to tell Bavlorna that.
Who's Bavlorna?
Oh, she's the sister that rules this part of the land.
What are the three lands called?
This is Hither.
Yes.
Her sister rules Thither,
Mm-hmm.
and the third sister rules Yon.
Of course.
All I can tell you is, regards per your inquiry, you need to speak to Bavlorna in Downfall.
Is she quite approachable, or, will she try and smite us out of existence the second she sees us?
No, she does not tell to smite straight away. She's a nasty old lady, though, if you get on the wrong side of her.
Sorry, where was that? In Downfall, did you say?
Downfall, yes. It's the only town in Hither.
And which direction is that town in, please?
She waved vaguely about. You'll find the directions kind of change. It might not be once where it was.
Where was it that you last left it? Was it behind the
over
fridge?
that way? She waves non-committingly. I can
really
see
want-
you're not used to being in the fair realm for some time. Yeah,
If you really
time
wanted
and
to-
direction tend to get a bit fluid.
All right. But if you really wanted to get there, like your life depended on it, would you be able to get there?
I don't go there directly. No. We give the memories to the boss in the magic gourd here. She jingles this gourd, and he deals with her.
You'll forgive us for being a bit thicker. You're right. We haven't been here long. Who's the boss?
Didn't you hear the song? Agadon, the greatest bandit in all of Hither.
Okay.
And Agadon lives in the gourd.
No, Agadon gives the memories from the gourd to Bavlorna. Agadon lives in the secret place.
We should go and see him.
Just for a warning as well, the water levels tend to rise at random until they're about 6 feet deep.
Oh, that's all right, as long as the sky doesn't get higher.
You're all right. I'll be able to break. Hey, we'll be all right. We can break through our ears.
So you've moved.
I'm looking round for me paddle.
You don't have a paddle.
Well, that proves we're up shit creek then.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing myself.
No, I should be able to in your allies there. Add you one giant snail.
Awesome.
I've now acquired a giant snail. He does not have a name.
Oh, he doesn't. I was just about to ask her that, what they called the giant snail.
Stubborn bugger, we normally called it.
Turbo.
That'll do.
What was the snail in that magic roundabout?
Brian.
Brian it is. Yep, Brian. That's a good name for a snail.
It's a great name for a snail.
She finishes up and she says, I can see you're going to lie down for the night. Well, I must thank you for the dinner, and we'll be off then.
Bye.
With our blessing, please take care.
And you as well, as they hop off into the swamp.
I'll wait till gone. I'll turn around and go, they're going to have another try, you know.
Of course they are.
Yeah, I know, and I'm going to have to kill her again.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, actually. This
You
time she went
definitely
dead.
killed her. Our neck spun round and made a cracking noise and everything, Andy. It was the weirdest thing you ever saw.
Because of kind of my religious beliefs, I'm kind of pleased. I didn't actually expect to kill her, so I'm kind of pleased she's not dead. And at least with her not being dead, that's balanced by the amount of information we've managed to get out of her. But if she tries again, I'll put her down.
I started over to Britain go, do you think this realm means being in this realm means you can't die? So I try an experiment and I look over at Shelock. He's nearly dead anyway.
Couldn't anyone do any healing?
He's only got a scratch.
I'll be okay after a rest.
Doesn't he? 2 hit point
you
damage?
Can have a long rest.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
have a rest.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
once. All right. I thought that was how many hit points he had left. I was like, what the hell?
That's what I was thinking.
Shelock
I'm just going to...
Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I was just going to move myself onto the island.
Right, so Brian's got a giant harness with strapped to it a strong leather strap with like a big stake that you can drive into the ground, and he'll generally just sit and munch.
Oh, it's a sort of snail tether.
It's a snail tether. The only problem is that he's very slow as Brian. He's only got a speed of 10. So if you are taking him with you, you will be slowed the same as him.
Personally, I can live with that, but it might be worth trying to see if there's any way that we can either... If we had a bag of holes... No.
You can't stuff a giant snail in a bag of holes. That probably wouldn't fit.
Do you want to watch? I'll get that bugger in there, 2 foot across, right hand as the razor saw.
We just need some paint and get some paint and put some racing stripes on them.
Paint them red. Red ones go faster.
I don't suppose you've got any garlic in that bag of holding, have you?
Oh, no, and I don't have a pat of butter either. Believe me, I'd thought of it.
It's like, how much sandwich am I going to need to get that snail in it?
Now, how big a pan will we need for this?
Brian looks sad and goes, oh, waggles his little eye antennas.
I'm only kidding, Brian. I'm only kidding, mate. Well, I suppose I'd better set his tether up so he doesn't wander off and get himself eaten by something even bigger.
He hasn't got any bags or anything on his shell, has he?
No, he just has a harness on the shell to attach bags to. A bit like a giant buckaroo snail.
AFK for like 1 minute.
Okay, so you rest. Sadly, Shelock, you have a fitful night's sleep. You recall all of the horrible things that happened in the carnival, in the ride, and although you get your long rest, you will wake fitfully with a level of exhaustion. When Shelock awakes, you see he's sweating. He has his hair's all like clammily gummed to his forehead. He has black circles under his eyes.
You're not looking too chirpy there, Shelock. Are you all right?
I had some nightmares. I was back on that ride.
Just remind me, didn't Shelock, wasn't he the one who suffered most from the ride?
He was, yes. He failed almost all of his saving throws.
That's right. Monks can't actually do anything as such, can they?
They can walk quite successfully on rice paper.
No, what I meant was, like, you know, like if there was a cleric, they might be able to heal him or something, but like monks kind of don't out like that, can they?
Oh no, he's fully back to hit points. He's full back to hit points.
Doesn't get rid of exhaustion.
He's had a terrible nightmare.
Right, but is there anything that a monk could do to help him get rid of his exhaustion?
Sadly not. There are some spells that can cure it, but nobody is high enough level to get it.
Oh, actually, hang on. I just thought, you know, when setting up this snail tether,
yes,
it doesn't require tying anything, does it?
No, it's got a thong attached, so you would like pull the stake out, wind it up, and stick it on the snail's back.
Oh, thank God for that, because that could have been embarrassing.
It is. I'm trying to find the movement rates to work out how far you can move at the snail at 10 feet per round.
You'll just be moving at a snail's pace.
Yes, I would say probably 1 mile per hour.
Well, I mean, you know, much as I quite like Brian, and he appears to have taken to me, I will quite understand if the rest of the party are more inclined to cut him loose because he'll slow us down. I mean, he might be slow, but I'm pretty sure he might come in handy for carrying stuff. I'm just wondering if he could carry any of us.
Easily.
It might be handy if somebody gets injured.
Aye, well, that's what I was kind of thinking, that like it might be slow, but at least we're not walking through a swamp.
Yeah,
And I was just thinking snails are probably quite well adapted to motoring about through swamps.
Yeah, I'm happy keeping them.
how much slower is it going to slow it down?
Well, quite a lot. But if you're not in a rush,
Well, I would like to get my thing back and get the shit out of here. It's not very nice, this place. Not like the nice lush green forests I'm akin to.
Mind, having said that, Elvanna, if I've got this right, there's only you and Sherlock thing is here. Mine and Dobbsy's and Nutmeg's must be somewhere else.
Don't think I've really lost anything.
No, I thought it was Alvena and Dobbsy's here.
Well, whoever it was, I'm sure there was only two of us.
So, what we're going to do then?
Well, I suppose we should go to Downfall and talk to this Bavlona woman person.
Yeah, let's do that then. That's a bit like going straight to the horse's mouth, though, isn't it? No offence.
We might be able to get the snail some wheels.
possibly.
Could put it on a cart. Not a bad idea.
It is a swamp, though, isn't it? I mean, snails are pretty nippy in a swamp.
I just have visions of us like dragging a cart with a giant snail on it into Downfall, and everybody's like looking at us, scratching their heads, going, "They've got a draft animal, and they've put the draft animal on the cart, and they're pulling the cart with the draft animal on it."
No, I was thinking of like, drilling through its shell and attaching a wheel to either side, a couple of wheels,
Are you trying to put stabilizers on my snail?
and sticking a rope around him and pulling him. Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
It would be different.
and you can still put people on its back. I mean,
I'm so confused.
some of you little people don't weigh an awful lot. We could tug yous along.
Well, with the snail, Andy, you can move 8 hexes per day because a hex is roughly 1 mile.
Right.
But the terrain isn't the greatest, so if you ditch the snail, you will be able to move faster, but probably not at full pace.
Well,
Right.
we'll keep on going with the snail for the time being. Like I say, there might be something in Downfall we can get to Mevy's, a potion of haste, Mevy's, or something.
Anything. Well, I mean, them racing snails couldn't half shift,
That is true.
and there must, working on the premise that there must be a way to make giant snails go faster because those racing snails didn't half shift. We need to try and find out how that was done. And you're right, it's probably magic.
No. Oil.
We need to get the gnomes to make the world's biggest skateboard.
Oh, that would be cool. And he could just, use his tail as a foot. And, punt himself along.
So, packing up your camp,
Yes.
finally decide to head out after much snail discussion.
Yeah.
You can pack whatever you like onto Brian. Which direction are you heading?
That would where the balloon went, I think.
It was straight east, the balloon.
Well, I mean, since nobody seems to know what the directions are to Downfall, what say we just head east and see what happens?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Your only other map there. And
Right.
you have the party. Hopefully everybody can still see the party.
Yes.
So you may move a couple of hexes.
Right. We'll just go straight east then, I guess.
And as you head east 2 miles, you see poking out of the corner of the mist a large thorny wall. And as you point this out to the others, out of the swamp ahead, you see enormous creatures with strange red skin, cages on their backs, and some kind of strange masks.
Oh.
They crawl out of the swamp. There's the heading
Stop
towards
the
you,
Duran
but
out
off
with the
to the
Duran
left.
Duran video.
You can see that those stilts seem to allow them to move easily.
Should we attract their attention?
No.
Yeah. Hello!
I'll wave.
They seem to be wearing patchwork rags and furs as the leader of them turns his head, backable mask. It looks at you silently for a moment. The others stop, and then he indicates to the others, and they begin to slowly walk forward again.
I'll splosh over to them and, hail and well met, brother Bill Walker, if I can get them to stop and talk to us.
In a language that nobody understands. But and they're walking really slow. Ooh, splosh. Ooh, splosh. He turns his head and says something, and then spits speaks in stilted common. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Stiltman.
What can we do for you?
You haven't seen, like, a downfall, have you?
No.
Oh, okay. What are you doing?
We collect eggs to trade.
Oh.
Where do you
want an egg.
trade?
Yeah, that's a good question. Where do you trade? Yeah, that.
The walking in sometimes buys them. If we walk our way to Downfall, we can trade them.
That's what I said. Where's Downfall? You said you ain't heard of it, and now you found it, and you gone there.
No, we haven't found it yet. We aren't full. It's usually up towards the north.
Oh, okay. So if we get any eggs, do you want them?
If you're going to give us them, we don't have anything to trade. The eggs are what we trade.
Oh, okay. Thank you. We should go north. You give a clue there, lads. I think it was underconscious. He didn't realise he said it.
I'll sort of bat my eyelids as if to say, I don't believe this.
As you got close to them, you can see through that grill of the mask, Brickwick and Nutmeg, and you realise they've got the faces of hobgoblins underneath that.
Goblins are buddies. But I'll not say anything because I'm going to use my inner monologue.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm using my inner monologue.
Oh. Right. They splash slowly away from you. You do not wish to mess with them any further.
Let's go north.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Right, so you've moved 2 squares, you can move 6 more to deer.
Right.
Move another couple of squares, see what we can see.
Right.
There's a balloon.
Yeah, that shows the flight path of the balloon that was heading to the east, bizarrely. It's marked on the map.
Let's go like northish eastish and northeast eastish.
We'll follow the river.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that as well.
you can move another 2 squares, and then you've got 2 more squares to move for the rest of it.
Oh, it's definitely thing in the middle.
Just through the mist, right in the distance to the southeast, see the top of a slanty tower leaning over at an angle.
Oh, I think we should go and check that out.
Let's do you like the southeastish?
If anything, it'll be somewhere to stay, which is a bit warmer than being out here in the open. Be easier to defend.
So we head that way?
Yeah.
What?
It's a big bugger.
The base of the slanty tower looks to be about 2 miles away. It's a gigantic tower of outrageously large size. From where you are, you can just see what appears to be a deflated balloon hanging from one of the spikes around the top of it.
Oh, we should go there tomorrow.
Does it look like, from this distance, can we tell, is it the same balloon that nearly took our heads off?
It does look like it, yeah. It is made of patchwork.
Okay.
Well, if you chaps and chapesses want to plodge off ahead and find out what the score is with that tower, me and Brian, I'll catch you up.
Yeah, but are you going to be okay by yourself, though?
I thought that was all we could travel in the day.
No, you can do like quite considerably more than that. Brian only moves at 1 mile an hour. So you can do 8 miles in a day. You can normally do 18 miles a day in good terrain if you're taking it slowly, or 24 miles if you're marching quickly. But because of the swampy terrain, you're moving half of that.
But Brian can't move any further today.
Brian's not slowed by the terrain. No, Brian can't move any further today. He can still move, but he'll take levels of exhaustion.
I think we should stop for the night.
Yeah, so you're going to halt there in the middle of the swamp and try and find somewhere relatively dry.
Yep.
Hopefully, are you seeing the great trail of where you've been as well, like the map?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I love hex crawls. Right, so you pull up, you find. Tell you what, who's in charge of setting the camp up? I want a survival roll from you.
I think I've got good survival. I think.
Hang on.
I've got +1.
We've got Brickwick as the scout, so he's steering the party.
I've got
you need
+3
a camp master.
survival.
Elvanalo?
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm an outdoorsy type, so.
Oh, nice. You select quite a patch of high ground and you set up camp for the night. And you manage to find a bit that's a good hillock with a soggy wooden log on it. And as you wake up in the middle of the night and look, you see that the water levels rose a couple of feet. And if you hadn't picked such a good area, you would have been submerged in water at this point. But you do rest as normal, but the water seems to be about waist deep now. However, Brian can move through it as normal. You wake up, Brian's there, sort of in the water, reaches in, bites a chunk of algae, chews it. The water's about waist deep now, except for sheer luck and Nutmeg, in which case it's like chest deep.
I'll climb on the back of the snail.
I think we pretty much all should. Dubsy,
So,
how
right.
we're going to get you up there?
Horses can swim.
Well, if you shower,
Well, I can hang on to the side of his shell on one of them hook things. So
you will do something cunning with ropes, I suppose.
yeah.
Or is that a completely different website?
What a bleeding place to be in, eh? So you clamber aboard as best you can aboard Brian, with Dobbsy sploshing along by the side. Normally it would have slowed your pace, but because Brian's pace is already incredibly slow anyway, it doesn't slow you down more than normal, and only Dobbsy manages to get soaking wet. But it does wash off some of the glitter, because you're all still covered in glitter, remember?
I want all the glitter.
You have most of the glitter off, but you'll go behind your ear and you'll find your ear rolls full of glitter. And
when people drop glitter, can I try to pick it up again using Druidcraft and gusts of wind and stuff? I want to attract all of the glitter.
Yes, you can.
And some of us have longer ear rolls than others.
Yeah, like every time Britwick sneezes, there's a great plume of glitter shoots out of both of his ears. Right, pushing on the back of Brian.
Right.
You head to the southwest. You can see the entrance is a mere mile away.
Right,
You head to the entrance of the slanty tower.
And we'll see what this is.
Indeed we will.
Right.
The enormous tower is crumbling and covered in black brambles. You can see it has windows at points up the tower, rising out the top at such an angle it threatens to keel over. Black brambles surround its base and cling to the lower half, although something has cut them away from the moisture warped door. From the pinnacle of the tower, in a tangle of ropes and tattered fabric, hangs a large woven basket. It dangles nearly 50 feet above the surface of the swamp, near a window at the upper floor. It is, however, all silent. I'm going to have to move you temporarily there.
Mm-hmm.
There's brambles surround the base of the tower, like in the best fairy tales, and then there's this ginormous tower.
Can we see any lights on any of the levels through the windows?
You can in the upper level. It's about midday. Can I have a perception check from
Certainly. Right.
Britwick and Elvana? You're looking at the outside of this tower when you hear a coming from the bramble.
And we hear a what?
Sounds like hissing noise.
Oh.
Can you see that map, or do you need tokens on? I can't remember.
No, I can say that map.
You're at the base of the tower, and you've come in the brambles to hear.
Oh, there's somebody there.
Call out. You hear it like a strange hissing noise, loud. Strange cross between a snore and a hiss. You call out.
Ooh, may as well. That you, Sid? It's hissing, Sid.
Yeah.
Right, rising out of the brambles in front of you, two gigantic serpents.
Oh, shit.
They look like they were rubbing. They would attempt to rub sleep out of their eyes, should they actually have any eyes to rub it out of.
I'd be sorry if we disturbed you.
I can see us on the map, but I can't see the serpents.
Yeah, I'm busy putting the serpents
Sorry.
on the map.
Just with this being the fair realm, I figure I'll talk to everything and hope it doesn't instantly eat me or Brian.
Two giant serpents raise their heads. They bob hypnotically, their eyes sparkle.
Don't look at their eyes.
I'll avoid direct eye contact and ask them if they can speak.
Which language do you use?
Common, I suppose. I don't think I've got much of a choice, to be fair. Oh, hang on.
You're doing it wrong. Do
You
lots of S's.
I'll try Sylvan.
Say, can you speak? Lots of S's.
Yeah, you call out in Sylvan. It's a shame nobody's got to speak to animals. As you
Well, I'm waiting until he does his thing, because before I do anything, because it would be rude.
right,
I was brought up with manners.
Yeah, they don't apparently seem to understand you as they twine hypnotically and slowly.
I'll
try common.
I'll use animal friendship.
Oh,
If it's all right, I'll walk towards them. So like they'll kind of get up to me first, and it'll give the rest of the party an opportunity to hopefully save my life, or at least if I'm gonna get eaten, they'll narrate the rest of them.
okay.
I'm going to cast animal friendship on one of them,
Okay, which one do you pick?
the nearest one.
Okay, target the Brian's like, "Ooh."
Is he scared of them?
He does seem very scared.
Me targeting's not working again. No idea why I can't target things.
You were targeting them. It's just the graphic. I've got
All right.
targeted.
Well, the things. So I'm never sure whether I've got them targeted or not. Right. And cast.
It seems to be. He succeeds on his saving throw. It says there's and they both raise.
I'll kind of hold me hands out like the non-threatening thing, and I might as well try them in common. And I shall add, please don't hate me. We're sorry to have disturbed you. I'm not wishing to sort of impact on your day or anything, but please don't hate me.
It speaks in extremely bad Sylvan. Tasty dinner.
Oh, I'd like some of that as well.
I cast Spain on them.
I'll pull a carrot out my pocket and go, tasty dinner, this, and sort of wave a carrot.
I need a persuasion check.
Need a fast pair of trainers.
I think you might.
On the other hand,
the other one turns to something, says something in a language you don't understand.
What are you gardening for, like?
Could we maybe take over for a while? Give you a bit of a break?
I'll pull me badge. City watch, it's all right, boys. You're relieved. We'll take
Go
over.
visit your granny.
You could go off and on. Find something nice to eat that doesn't fight back.
Yeah, look at the you can see it's eyeing you up and they're outnumbered 5-2. They turn and look at each other, head bobbing. Go and dinner.
Yeah, it's a great plan.
As they turn around, slither off the tower itself.
Yeah, that was easy.
That was
There's a door
remarkably
round
easy. It's
there.
amazing what Nat 20s will do, isn't it?
There's a door around here. We should go out the door and open it up.
Britwick makes a very small noise. Sorry about that. I thought I'd rather bitten off more than we could chew there.
I don't know about bears shitting in woods, but we know rabbits shit in swamps.
The snakes hadn't bitten off more than could chew. No.
I'll get stuck right in his throat.
Well, I suppose if the snakes are going to sort of leave us to it, well, I don't know, but what did Nutmeg say? And go and knock on the door?
Yeah, let's go up the door. That's where you keep the way in.
So you head up to the door and you knock on the door.
Yeah.
Dunk.
Open up, please.
Dunk. The large door does not yield any sound from inside.
Can I check the door for traps?
Absolutely. It looks worn. You investigate said door. Oh, hang on, I'll send you a hidden roll. So investigations, stealth rolls, and perception rolls are hidden. Right, you thoroughly check the door and discover no traps.
All right. What kind of handle is on the door?
It's an old, very ornate bronze handle. It looks like it's carved in the shape of a leaf and like bends and twirls.
Right. Is there any way I could get my knife in the handle so I could like turn it? Because I don't want to be holding on to it while I
You easily turn the handle and the door opens. Otherwise, it's going to be here for 25 minutes.
All right. Okay.
Just out of curiosity, could I ask a quick question? Will Brian fit through the door?
He will not.
Well, that's all right.
You could ride Brian up the tower, though.
Aye, that's an idea.
You could.
I wonder what language snails speak.
Just dangle a carrot in front of him and, like, put it up the tower a bit. He'd go after it.
The floor of the round room tilts downward sharply to the left, and nearly everything inside has fallen into a heap. Pipes jut out of the wall and down from the ceiling, some travelling straight through the floor. Affixed overhead to the piping of the spiral staircase is a bell-shaped piece of which dangles a thin chain. Supplies are littered along the periphery of the room, including what appears to be long wooden stilts. A few barrels of carrots are stationed prominently in the middle of the room, tied to one of the pipes to secure them in place.
Can I nip in and replenish me carrot supply?
You can.
Right, I'm going to leave some money.
Hopefully you can see the actual into the room there. Right, so that is, you step into the room there, Andy. That's
right.
The barrel of carrots you see before you, a bell, and a spiral staircase. Right, as you step in front of the carrots, you step and there's a little click, and one of the pipes gurgles and starts to spew green sludge out.
Can I dodge the green sludge?
You can. I need a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Probably a trap.
Right.
No. That is a bit of a failure.
No, just a bit.
Right. It's sickly sweet as it lands on
hang on.
fur.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, I just need to check something. Right. Lucky footwork. When you fail a dexterity saving throw, you can use your reaction roll to roll a d4 and add it to the save.
Oh, nice. So this stuff splodges down on you. Roll a d4. A 3, so that's only a 10. So you almost get out of the way, but your good luck, Andy, as per usual. You struggle at the last second, and it spludges this sickly, sweet-smelling green sludge all over, and you're like, sniff it, and you're like, actually, that doesn't smell too bad. And then it begins to burn your fur as you're leaping about going, ah, ah, ah.
Right. No way I could use cunning action to dash in and pull him out.
You take 6 points of acidic damage. He's not pinned, he is just burning.
Right.
All right.
I'll sort of chuck the money in the barrel of carrots, grab 2 big handfuls, dash outside, and throw myself into the nearest water and try and wash it off.
DC intelligence 10 check on you.
Right. Hang
on. DC 10 intelligence request. Right. Yeah. So.
Oh what?
Nothing particularly happens. Right, so Britwick comes sprinting out of the door and throws himself into the water. Just remember, the water's still waist deep at this point. It smells terrible, but at least it seems to have washed off all of the goo.
Champion. Well, when I think I've managed to wash it off, I'll come splodging back out, fill me pockets with these 2 handfuls of carrots, and feed a carrot to Brian.
Oh, he munches on the carrot.
Can I perform a medicine check on Britwick?
Yeah, his fur's partially burnt off. Andy, I'll leave that up to you. Where? Yeah, give us a medicine check.
For modesty, I'm going to say me arm, because, like, the rest of me's covered by me habit.
I look at Britwick and I try not to smile as I say, shall I check for traps now?
If you wouldn't mind, Brother Dobbsy.
Whatever it is, it looks like it hurts, Alvanalo. He washes it off, and he emerges from the mud. So he's now covered in glitter and covered in swamp mud. You know, that horrible sticky stuff. There's like swamp weed hanging out off one of his ears. And you manage to stop it burning, but you still get a faint whiff of that sickly sweet smell. It seems to have stuck to you.
Oh, right. Lovely.
I look through the door. Is this gunky stuff melting through the floor?
No, it seems to be running down the floor. The floor's kind of like slippy and wet. And I said it's at an angle running towards the door.
Should we ring the bell?
Yeah, I'll ring the bell.
So you step into the room. You tread carefully, not standing in the square that Brickwood stood in.
Yep.
Head over the bell, and you pull the lever. I need DC 10 intelligence check from you.
Good. When I pull it, I'll step to one side.
Right, as you pull the lever, expecting the bell to ring,
myself back outside.
Clear water pours out of the bell, drenching you. It takes a few seconds as you start to panic, but then you realise it's washing all the mud and the muck and the swamp gunk off.
Me glitter! Give me glitter back, you
washes all your glitter as your glitter runs away into the swamp out of the door.
Thieving jippos!
All right, when he comes out, I'll put me palm of my hand up and I'll blow the glitter off my hands back onto him.
He comes out, and Nutmeg is sparkling clean.
And angry. Well, I rang the bell.
Can I go back in and ring the bell?
Yeah. Again, when you pull the lever, water pours out, cleaning you off.
Lovely.
Fact, it's as clean as you've been in a long time.
What is this water? Where's the water going? Is it going downhill into where all the furniture's went to?
The tower, if you remember, the tower's at a slant, so the water's actually running down and running out through holes in the wall.
All right, so it wouldn't be adding weight to that far side. I'm just worried that any undue weight is going to further, make the tower lean and topple in that direction.
Shall we find out?
Well,
other than that, there's a set of those stilts that you saw the hobgoblins walking around on, and a bucket of carrots, and then a whole bunch of pipes, as you can see in the picture. Some stairs leading up.
I'll fill all my pockets with carrots.
Stepping carefully around the square that you went into?
Oh, yes. I mean, I presume I would know what 4 silver pieces worth of carrots looks like.
Yes. Yeah, you're somewhat of a carrot connoisseur, so...
I'll cautiously step into the tower and make my way to the bottom of the stairs. I'm going to climb up the stairs.
As you look up the stairs, you see that the next level up is almost pitch black. You can see with your dark vision, however, and if you all you can see at the top of the stairs is there's some heavy shutters over the top of a window with only a few tiny shafts of light coming out through the spaces.
Okay, I plan to go up there anyways, and maybe try and open the shutters.
Right, so you head up the stairs.
I'll go and all.
Yeah, I'll go up and light myself a torch.
This room is almost pitch black, other than the shafts of light. The space would be quite cosy if not for the awkward slant and drawn curtains. A plush sofa, colourful bookshelves, and blankets are positioned around the exterior of the room. Paintings decorate the walls, strangely hung but well cared for. The rugs, a victim of the tilt, pool near the top of the stairs.
Head over to the shuttered window and open the shutters to let some light in so that the rest of them can see what's up here.
Light streams into the room, illuminating most of the room. And what you can see at the back of the room is some cobwebs. But other than that, there's a staircase that continues up, the sofa, and some bookshelves.
Isn't it funny that most of us are probably all standing there going, well, them rugs are mimics and that's got to be giant spiders.
So,
I'll wait till the party catches up and
so
I'll
you're
just
moving
keep
into the
watch
room
a little way off the top of the stairs so they can get up.
over the top of the rugs.
No.
So you carefully step around the rugs.
God, yeah.
Followed by Nutmeg. Light is streaming into this room now. As the four of you head up the stairs, Dobbsy comes up last with some difficulty, but he makes loud clopping noises as he comes up the room. You should be able to see the room now. Stairs leading up, some furniture and some books.
This looks a bit wonky.
Can I have a perception check from you all, please?
Certainly.
Britwick, you're the only one that notices. You notice there's spider webs. However, looking around the back of the couch, it appears, because of the slant of the tower, the couch should have rolled forward. But it appears that the couch's legs are actually webbed and are stuck to the wall with spider webs, which you can now see on the map.
Right. I will mention this to the rest of the party, and then I'm going to back off over by the window.
Next to the bookshelf.
Yeah. Can I cast a cursory eye over the bookshelf?
You can. Most of the books seem to have been succumbed to the eternal damp of the swamp, but there are several. There's one marked Hunting Wabbits, a guide to dealing with hostile hares. Another is marked Hydrology in the Feywild, and the third is marked Moose, Snakes, and Me.
Right. Well, I'll take those three down and stack them like I'm in a library.
Yeah.
I intend to borrow them long term, but I don't want it to look as though I'm borrowing them long term if the owner comes back.
I'll look for a library card.
And I'll pick through the first pages of the one about hunting wabbits.
Hunting Wabbits.
Because that offends my sensibilities.
It's quite a short book, and it appears to detail tips on how to be very quiet when hunting wabbits in the Feywild.
Could I learn anything from it?
Possibly, if you studied it, it might be worth bunging in your backpack.
Yes, I'll pop the 3 books in my backpack, intending to, if the owner turns up, completely fess up that I was borrowing the books.
Yes, a small book. They're not this valuable. I'm just dragging this small book from. So you bung them in your backpack.
Yeah.
Go on AFK for a couple of minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody has typed it in wrong, and the small book is apparently -2 pounds. So it actually makes you lighter.
Hey, well, in that case, I'll have all of them.
Well, that's light reading for you.
Right, so you have 3 small books.
Right.
Shh, be very quiet. What about the rest of you?
I'm getting ready to be attacked at any moment.
Yeah, pretty much. Me and all.
I want to go to the bottom of the other stairs, and I'm going to try and listen to see if I can hear anything on the next floor.
Right, so you shushing everybody. You have a perception check, Mr. Shergar there. You don't hear anything on the upper floor.
Right.
So you hear nothing. Shushed everybody like it's a library.
Right.
I'll go.
Presumably you've got socks or something to put over your hooves for when you sneeze.
Oh, yeah.
Tab-eye shoes. If he goes upstairs, I'll go with him.
Yeah, I'll sneak up the stairs.
The next floor up, however, is lit. It looks like that there's light coming in through windows. Doesn't look flickering like a torch light.
I will also stealth like a ninja.
Right, so you're sneaking. Is Dobbsy sneaking?
Yeah, he said he was.
I'm back.
Welcome
Right.
back. Creeping quietly upstairs, you arrive. Lit with natural light from a great window, this room is clearly a kitchen and workspace combined. The space appears well lived in with signs of recent use. Despite the steep angle and oven door hanging oddly open at the top of the slope, across the room a table is accompanied by a single chair dressed with a bright tablecloth. Atop it lies an intricate water flask, and piping comes up through the floor and heads up into the ceiling above. At the lower end of the room, a workbench is strewn with tools and handwritten documents.
I leaf through the documents.
You're heading upstairs as well, Nutmeg. Sorry, Sherlock.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit on the top of the stairs and read one of these books so I can try and keep an ear out for Brian downstairs.
Yep.
So that, I guess, would put me, hang on, probably about there.
Seems sensible. Vanna?
I've got some books.
Not just yet. Might we have a little look at them later? I'm a bit concerned about these spider webs at the back of the room that these have all just walked past. I'm going to cast Firebolt at... No, I better not, because it'll set it alight. Oh, balls. I'll use my bow, and I'll fire an arrow through the sofa in, like, towards the back wall.
It thuds into the wall with a loud twang noise as it embeds itself in the wood behind.
But there's nothing ominous, or doesn't seem to be anything ominous in the sofa, because I'll have pierced it, as I dare say.
It doesn't seem to be a living sofa of any kind.
No, I was just thinking of spiders hidden underneath it or behind it.
Perhaps in the dressing room. Dave, did you get my intelligence roll I requested from you?
Oh, sorry.
Right, because of your exhaustion, you don't do a particularly good job of searching through them. Several of the documents seem to be some kind of geological log, although you're not sure of what of your exhaustion. It's signed by somebody called Elmer. There's a schematic for a big square piece of wood.
Oh, Richie, no.
And,
Elmer.
Alba 5.
and there's something about maintenance schedules, but again, you're not sure what. Obviously, you're tired eyes. So, Sherlock leafs through the papers. Anyone else?
I'm standing guard, ready to be attacked.
Is there a window I can see out of, Rich?
Yeah, there is.
Can I see that balloon that's hanging down?
You may be able to see the bottom of the basket.
Right. Can I open the window?
Yeah, sure.
I open the window and go, hello.
You push the window open. Nutmeg, you can see the ground. Can I have... no, you're above 20 feet. So, Nutmeg goes, irk, and collapses unconscious to the floor. Because the tower's slanting. So he's looking down and he can see he's like 40 feet in the air. So Nutmeg goes, thud, collapses to the floor. Slowly slides down the slope towards the window.
I'll run upstairs when I hear the thud.
Yeah. Dobbsy's by the window, an open window. Nutmeg's unconscious on the floor. Sherlock is rubbing his tired eyes and looking through a bunch of papers.
I won't shout, but I'll say at the window, is anybody in the basket of the balloon?
No reply.
Fair enough. I'll close the window.
Can
Yeah,
you
you
share them up to the upstairs?
I can't.
Cheers.
What are you doing with the papers, Dave?
When I finish looking through them, I'll put them in my backpack for later.
Okay. Maybe you'll be able to read them better once you've had some decent sleep.
Yeah.
Right. Come on, be proactive. What you guys needing to do. You can't just expect me to spout pros.
I think I'll go upstairs.
Can I tie a rope round the end of an arrow and fire it at the basket of the balloon?
Yeah. It's a large square basket of a balloon. It's made of wicker. You can easily shoot the arrow into it.
And then pull the basket down towards the window level?
It won't come down. You tug on the rope, but it seems to be stuck on that spike.
All right. Okay. Tie this end of the rope off in the tower somewhere, and I'll do an attempt to climb up the rope towards the basket.
Okay, so you're swinging out onto the outside of the tower.
Yeah.
Do you want me to put a safety rope on you?
Yeah, you can
If you
do.
fall,
I
yeah.
dare say.
I'll
Yeah.
use my rope as a safety rope and tie it around the waist.
Thank you very
I
much.
think we better have an athletic roll with advantage then, hadn't we?
Ooh, and I'm put guidance on myself. Is that cheating?
No? If you want to put guidance on yourself, go ahead. Double ones. 1 in 400 chance, basically, just saying.
That would be my luck, right?
There you go. Right, you swing out onto the rope. You slip for a second but catch yourself and then clamber up the rope and grab hold of the edge of the basket. Inside the basket is it's just empty. There's nothing inside. There's no fire mechanism or anything. It's just a square wicker basket that was on the inside.
Can I try and loosen the balloon off the spire?
You can, but it's completely deflated. You could just
is it?
cut it
All
free
right, okay,
if you
right.
wanted, but it would fall to the ground. Dave,
Right, that's fine.
Dave, you've headed upstairs.
I'll climb back down.
Nutmeg's still unconscious. Dobbs, he's at the window holding on to Elval. Just leaving Nutmeg. Nutmeg, you slide and come to rest against the cooker door.
I'll just lie there with intent.
Okay, Sherlock. Cloudy light filters into the room through 4 small windows, each obscured with a layer of webs. The webbing dominates the space, covering most of the walls and supports a large bed at the top of the slope. Entangled within is a silver bird cage, and within a purple fairy dragon who struggles against its bond. Outside the far window, you can make out the diffused colours of the crashed balloon, which seem to be jiggling backwards and forwards as somebody climbs up them. The fairy dragon goes...
I look around to see if there's anything creeping up on us.
As you look around, he seems to be insistently making the noise. There's just an explosion of webs all over the room.
Right, I get my rapier out and with the torch carefully burn away some of these webs that surrounding the cage.
And I've put you on the map. Right, before you even get a chance to do that, Dave, I'll put you on the right map for starters, not the DM map. There's an explosion of webs all around you. It hits, and you are restrained. Crawling down from the corner, you see incredibly scary sight. A large humanoid creature. It has glowing red eyes, 2 glowing red eyes, and then several littler eyes next to it. 2 enormous fangs come out the front as it climbs down the wall on its hands and knees. Comes over to you, puts its arms around you.
I shout for help.
It rests its fangs with drip beads of poison on your neck.
At the sound of...
What call, my friends? Lads, ladies, can you come up here? Somebody wants to talk to you.
It's got hold of you now. It's got its claws around your neck, ready to tear you throughout any second. You hear Sherlock's voice. In the corner, you see what looks like the shadow of a dog move against the wall, Dave.
I ask you, is that your hot balloon?
It's weird, half human, half spider-like head to one side. This is not my balloon. The small fairy dragon, all webbed up in the silver cage, going. What do? You hear Sherlock call for you.
I'll climb the stairs cautiously.
You climb back inside.
In the darkness.
Dobbsy helps you inside.
Inside, yeah.
Nutmeg is unconscious on the floor.
Throw some water on Nutmeg.
Nutmeg, you're rudely awakened by water. You're lying on the floor on your back, apparently with your head under an oven.
I'm sick of this allergy.
Just don't look outside.
I can't help it. I'm allergic to heights. They make us sleep.
You are our Mr. T in the group, aren't you?
Just look at your toes. Whenever you get, there's upper height. Look at the toes.
Yeah, but
your toes or your fingers.
But that's where down is, isn't it?
Well, at the moment, look at your toes, not outside the windows. Toes when you're inside.
Where we're going then?
Up the stairs. So look at the stairs.
Yeah. I'm not scared of heights. I'm just allergic to them.
Of course.
I'll walk up the stairs.
As you walk up the stairs, you see Sherlock bound in webs with a half humanoid, half spider creature holding him. It's thick. It razor sharp talons at his throat. It's got these giant, like spider-like pincers coming out of its mouth, and poison is dripping off him and dripping out his neck.
All right, mate. How are you doing?
Not too bad. I've had worse.
Hello, Mr. Spider Bloke.
Thieves breaking into my house, stealing my carrots. I heard the trap go off, you carrot-stealing bastard.
I've never stolen a carrot in my life. I have you know, I don't need to steal carrots where I come from.
But it's literally holding Dale up in the palm of his hand. Like,
I look
there's
at
a
it going-
small silver cage with a small pseudo dragon in it. Small fairy dragon. Sorry. He's going.
Is its mouth bound or something?
Yeah, it's covered in webs.
Ah, right, okay. Is Britwick not up here?
No, I'll be up as soon as I finish this chapter
Okay.
and hitting the carrot.
I go, technically, he did leave money for the carrots, so therefore it wasn't stealing.
That wascally wabbit stealing my fucking carrots again.
No, he paid for the carrots.
Oh, right now. Wait a minute. Where's the...
Get out of my house and do not return. I strike this bargain with thee, or I shall kill this small one, web him up and suck out his juices.
Can I ask a question before we inevitably leave?
What is this?
Well, where's the bloke out the bastard gone? I mean, the basket gone.
The small cage with the wrapped up fairy dragon goes,
Oh, yeah, and he's with us. I'll point at the fella in the cage. His name's Andrew, and he's been with us all along.
He is my prisoner.
Well, we'll take him outside, and he'll be a prisoner out there as well.
I can trade him to Slackjaw Lorna to break my curse.
What's your curse, then?
He sort of looks down at his spider-like form. I'll give you 3 guesses.
Gravelly voice. Is that it? Did I get it? Is that it?
I'm sorry, I didn't even think you were wanting that to disdain that with an answer.
All right, okay. Rumpelstiltskin.
I'm going to speak up at this point. There's no need to get all bent out of shape. We're probably all in the same boat. You've been cursed, so effectively you've lost something of your former self through means of a curse, and we ourselves have all lost something in our own way, and we're just searching to get it back. So maybe we can strike up a bargain here and help one another, and maybe we can help break your curse in return for your cooperation to help, release our friend here.
Well, I was going to trade the little moth there to Slackjaw for my thumbs. The bitch took my thumb.
Thumbs! That was me next one!
Slackjaw. Who is Slackjaw?
Slackjaw Lorna.
She's the rabbit, isn't she?
She's the hag that runs
Yeah.
this land. I'm going to need a persuasion roll from you, Chris.
Okie doke. I'm going to stick guidance on myself. I hope it bloody works. Right.
Oh, it's a failure. Oh, no. I'll strike a bargain with thee. Bring back my thumbs from Bavlorna, and you can have the little creature. Otherwise, I trade her.
Alas, we need our friend here to actually aid us in being able to retrieve your thumbs. Without him, there's just no chance we'll ever succeed. Do you know he is a powerful sorcerer?
Oh, that little thing in the cage.
Yeah, definitely. I hate them. I really hate magic. Do you hate magic? Magic's horrible. You can tell. Look, he's got little beady eyes and flappy wings. Look at him.
Like he's wrapped up. He's surrounded by webs.
And he's all sticky.
Well, I strike a bargain with thee. If I let this thing go, you will bring back my thumbs.
Yeah, all right. I will promise you on my old mum's last dying words.
And it's you that I strike this bargain with.
Yeah, all right.
He steps forward and holds out his 4-fingered hands with no thumb. I strike this fey bargain with thee.
All right, okay. I'll huckle on my hand and shake his hand. Done and done, mate.
He spits spider venom onto it and shakes
Oh.
it. You feel a tingle. This is not like when you normally make a bargain. You definitely feel a tingle like pins and needles. Bargain.
Is that not magic, is it? I mean, he hasn't done magic on us, has he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think specifically he's done the magic, but you have been warned that words and bargains are very powerful in the land here.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so got to go and get your thumbs. Go on, the chaps. We've got to go and farm hunting. Get the little guy. I don't
Fair
want
enough.
He
Will anybody
releases.
else
He
from-
releases you, Sherlock, and then he walks backwards up the wall using his hands and feet until he's up in the corner. That dog shadow moves around the room, keeping out of the light.
We will be back, and with us, your thumbs.
How many thumbs is there?
He's got 2 thumbs.
I don't know. He's bloody Spider-Man, isn't he? Could have 8. Can I do a thumb count on him just to make sure I don't get
He's
lower than
definitely
required
got-
amount of
he's
thumbs?
definitely got 2.
Okay. I'll get the little flappy bloke as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Ungag him as
You
well.
pull the cage free and pull the webs away from his mouth. He's got a little pencil mustache, and he says, "My lady, oh, thank you so much. I am in your debt. This beastly creature took me prisoner, was going to hand me in to Bavlorna for the love of all the summer."
Well, don't worry, that's not going to happen now. You're safe with us.
Right, well, downstairs.
He's still in the Silverbird cage. You've just reached through the bars and pulled it free.
Anyone able to unlock a cage?
Yeah, I'll get me bonker out.
You get your bonker out, and as you strike the cage, like a second after he goes, "I should warn you," and then you get an electric shock and you're blown backwards across the room, and you crash into the wall behind everybody, taking a point of bludgeoning damage.
I'll fly through there going, "You little mother..."
He says, "I should warn you, good sir, this is an enchanted cage.
Bloody magic, I bloody hate it.
It's unable to be opened by any means except by the correct key. It is fairy enchantment."
It looks like we're taking you in with the cage and looking to retrieve the key.
Were you in the key in the bloody balloon? In the cage in the balloon?
No, good sir. No, I was captured by Bavlorna Blightstraw, and I managed to escape from her dungeon, and she was obviously cursed me. I was attempting to return to the Summer Queen to give her the news that the Hourglass Corvin has overthrown Queen Zybilna.
It's all very confusing.
Looks like there's 3 witches. Coven has overthrown Zybilna. That's why this land's split up into the 3. They've split the kingdom up.
But who locked him in the cage?
It was obviously a curse by Bavlorna, good sir. Elmer's like, "This is very nice, but you know you're in my house."
Yeah, just going.
Leaving.
Yeah, leave.
"Stop stealing my fucking carrot, you wascally wabbit."
How long would I be giving him a thumbs up and go, "Oops"?
Carry the dragon down in the cage and load it onto the snail's back.
Just for that, on the way out, I'm going to take another couple of large handfuls of carrots and not pay for these ones.
Wabbit season.
Horses like carrots too. I'll have some.
Helping yourself to Elmer's carrots, you exit the building and load them on the carrot. So Talavar says, "Well, as far as I am aware, there is only one being in the entire of Hither that may have a key to the cage. That's a good person by the name of Jingle Jangle. Lives atop a magic hill to the east."
Let's go and see Jingle Jangle. He's a square-crow, isn't he?
I do not believe so. I've never had the opportunity to mention meet the chap, the frog man who helped me escape and get me into the balloon. Told me that should I ever need a key, that Jingle Jangle would be the person to contact. And so, as you depart, heading off into Hither, you should stop for the night as it is getting on.